Hello and welcome to Thanatology and Counseling 521, Grief, Mourning, and Bereavement. My name's Kylie Van Waveren. I'll be your instructor for this course. Please just call me Kylie. Um, I am a grief counselor and a certified trauma professional. I have worked for Frederick Health for a number of years, but I'm currently in the process of transitioning into a new role there to be the traumatic grief specialist running the overdose survivor outreach program. So I'll look forward to sharing a little bit about that with you all as the course progresses, particularly when we get to our module on traumatic grief. So, what's this course about, right? The title kind of says it, but one of the things we're going to be looking at is the difference between grief, mourning, and bereavement. These terms are often used interchangeably, but actually mean very different things. So, we'll be exploring how they're different. We'll be looking at some theories of mourning. And then we'll really spend the majority of the semester looking at the way that grief experiences are influenced and sometimes even determined by various aspects of identity. We'll also spend a little bit of time exploring complicated grief. This is something that is really misunderstood even within the counseling and psychology fields. So I think it's important for anybody who's looking to work as a mental health professional to have a firm understanding of what complicated grief actually is. This is a very large course. In fact, we had so many people sign up for it that we had to split it into two sections. Nevertheless, both sections are fairly large. Because of that, even though the discussion board is really where we'll be spending a lot of time each week, I'm asking that you respond to just two of your classmates. That will be sufficient, I think. Um, the discussion board is going to make up a significant portion of your grade. Every week that we don't have a special assignment or an exam or quiz, you'll have a discussion board post due. In addition to the discussion board, you do have two quizzes. You have a bereavement assessment, which is essentially just an interview with somebody who's experienced a significant loss. And then I ask you to essentially analyze that experience within the course content. You'll also develop your own support group curriculum, and you have two exams. One is a midterm that will just be content from the first half of the course, and then you'll have a final exam, and that's just from the second half of the course. So the final is not cumulative. Hearing two quizzes and a midterm and an exam might sound really overwhelming to you right now, but I promise you, if you are looking at the PowerPoints and doing the readings, these will be really straightforward. I'm not trying to trick anybody. It's really just making sure that you are actually looking at the course content. In addition to the assignments I just mentioned, you also have a large project due. This will be the culmination of all of your research and hard work in the course. And it's asking you to select a topic. It can be anything as long as it pertains to grief, mourning, and or bereavement, and to create a PowerPoint presentation on that topic. It's just a 12 slide presentation, so it doesn't need to be like an epic thing. And to make it even more manageable, I really encourage you to try to home in on your topic within the first, I don't know, like month or so of the course, because a lot of the discussion board questions actually ask you to identify a peer reviewed source and to use that to support your argument or just to share about that with the class. So if you're identifying early on what you want your final project to be on, then you can start to collect your resources through those discussion board posts. And then that way, when you go to do your project, you already have a lot of material there to work with. I think that's all I'm going to say about the course for now. We do have a Zoom meeting scheduled for next Tuesday evening. It is optional and it will be recorded. So if you can't make it to the Zoom meeting, no worries. But if you have any questions, please do email them to me in advance of that meeting if you can, because if you're wondering it, there's a good chance that somebody else in the class is as well. I do also want to recognize that this material can be heavy and it can be sad and it can even be triggering for some people. So if there is any subject matter that just feels too intense for you, please do let me know and we can see if there's a workaround or a way to safely navigate it together. I also want to recognize that you're all busy and um, this is also just a really difficult time. We're still living in a pandemic. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world. So please know that I do recognize that and that your success is my success. I really want you to do well in the course and I want you to um, enjoy it and to learn a lot and hopefully to learn things that will benefit you in whatever career path you are pursuing and that will benefit the people that you work with. So again, please know that I'm your ally and I want you to succeed. Please reach out to me at any time that I can be helpful to you. I look forward to getting to know you all through this week's discussion board and to having you in class. Thanks so much.